YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the P-Bandai exclusive HGUC Z Gundam Wave Shooter version. Now, this is basically a different variation of the Zeta Gundam. It's not like a super duper different type of Zeta Gundam. It's, yeah, just a simple variation sort of thing, which is kind of interesting because as much as I'm not the biggest fan of the Zeta Gundam, I do like the Zeta Pluses. So I wonder if I was like thinking about it, wondering if there was a Zeta Gundam but had like the wings of the Zeta Plus, and it happened to exist. Honestly, I did not know this actually existed until the kit came out, and then checked a few wikis. Anyway, let's get on to the review. Basically, despite being a Pre-Bandai kit, the main base kit is exactly the same. The only difference being, pretty much I can only tell, is those wings and a different shield. So before I get into the articulation and such, since I didn't review the original or normal version of this, let's see its components first. First of all, let's look at its leftover pieces. Number one, the polycaps. A good number of polycaps left. You only use a few, so that's good. We have this piece, which isn't actually used in this, and I can't really remember what this is, but I think this is those pieces for the shield of the original Zeta Gundam. So, but this one doesn't use that. And we have a buttload of sticker sheets right over here, and I was not too happy about this, to be honest. I was like, when I first saw this, I was like, oh god dang, there's no way I'm gonna use all of them. And apparently I did not. The only ones I used were those small yellow markings that are on the arms, shoulders, cameras, for the head and the weapons and such. And the eyes, I need to explain about that part, which is interesting. But anything that's red, I did not use, and I'll show you what I did. Let's go on with its stuff that you actually use. Here is its shield. One of the, besides the wing, this is the main different thing of the kit. Surprisingly, these red parts are separate pieces, and this shield looks definitely way more efficient compared to the original Zeta Gundam shield. So that's that. We have some landing gear for the transformation. We have the ammo clips for the grenade launcher that goes onto the arm, which I'll show you guys later. We get 2 beam saber effects and 2 beam saber hilts, but no place to actually store the beam saber hilts as far as I can tell, and I checked the manual. For hands, you only get 2 multi-purpose hands, no additional like trigger finger and such. Okay. We get its beam rifle, which is pretty much an iconic weapon, and once again, those yellow parts are stickers. You can fold it and extend it, and also if you want to do so, you know what, I'm gonna just demonstrate this now. You can actually attach the beam saber effect on top of it to make it look like it's either firing or like we saw in the show where it holds its beam saber like a spear and, like, you know, slashes through. This can be also done to the Mega Launcher as well, like that. So that's a pretty good add-on detail. You can also, we have its Mega Launcher entirely blue except for the in the barrel. We have the 3 handles that's stored in on the main handle. Oh, come on, the main handle, and the other 2 handles that are on the side here. Once again, this can be extended and folded up. Very nice detail. Let's see. We have these pieces. Now, those who still don't know about the new HGUC Z Gundam, the next evolution project thing, which I just tend to call Revive. This thing isn't a fully transformable kit, which is honestly, I think, is a very good thing, because look at the RG, terrible. This is still a parts former thing, so which means you have to take a good number of parts off the kit and then reattach it to this block here. I won't be demonstrating how that works because that's going to take a little bit too much time, but I will be showing. So I will be showing the transform Wave Rider version. So that's that, and all these pieces are for the transformation gimmick. And this one, I believe, is not actually for the transformation gimmick, but rather for the action base. So you can actually connect, this to the action base, whatever you call it. Alright, we got those out, so now let's go check on the articulation of the kit. Now, once again, I was kind of surprised. I was expecting a kind of a unstable kit, but the kit is way more stable than I thought. Of course, there are some parts that I do like and some parts I don't like, which I will be getting into that soon. Okay, now let's go start with the head as usual. The head sculpt, very nice, and yeah, it basically, did what I could expect from this kit. However, there's one weird part that I have to mention. But before that, the articulation, it goes down. Doesn't go up that much, and 360 twist, not even possible. There's not much movement because I don't know. It's because of the design of the head, and then we have these yellow pieces that's kind of blocking side to side, so kind of tricky to move the head at all. So that's the only main problem I'm having with the head articulation, and the head camera. The head camera exists, a blue one front and back, right over there. Okay, now for the eyes. Now, the eyes that they use, the inside behind this. Now, currently I'm using a sticker. However, behind that sticker, there's a green clear piece for the eyepiece, which I saw was good. However, the instruction manual, I'm not sure if they stated this properly, but um, if you saw the sticker sheet, you below the eye stickers, you can see that there's these two silver stickers right over here. Those are supposed to be um, for like they give you an option to put those stickers behind uh, the clear piece to make it have a more glowing, shining effect. But I tried it; did not help at all. To be honest, it was like it doesn't really matter if you use it or not. So honestly, I don't know why that was a thing, but there are people who can paint the eyepiece like that, I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, just letting you guys know there are other options. The V-fin does not move like the master grade or the real grade, just in case you want to know. So that's that. So let's finish the articulation section. Before I go into the arms, let's look at the body. A little bit of back crunch. It does exist a little bit. 360 twist on the main body, not possible due to some parts blocking the passageway. Now let's look at the arms. The arms are pretty good than I thought. First, you are able to like extend the shoulders a little bit to the outside like this, and by doing this, you can now move forward and backward for these shoulders. While inside, there's not much movement. Technically, there is a little bit, but not as much. And then, come on. The shoulder can move about 90 degrees to the side. We have your typical 360 twist. Now, another problem with the arms is that the arms do move 360 entirely, but it's connected to a ball joint and is very, very stiff. So I would like to mention to be careful because some kids are like this, like they're very stiff, and sometimes if you twist it, you actually twist off you break off the piece, like what happened to my HGUC guy. So just be careful with that. 360 twist is possible, and you have a double jointed bend on the arms, and we have a ball jointed hand, and we have each holes for on the arm, so you can either attach the shield, which has a peg going on here. You can attach either the shield like this, come on, either like this, or yeah, these parts they tend to get stuck. Or you can attach the grenade launcher ammo packs right over to the arm like that. You just need to clip it on, and that's pretty much it. And this does have a grenade launcher gimmick, but I wouldn't say it's the best gimmick. There we go. You can open the hatch to reveal the grenade launchers. Honestly, I still think the HGUC Rigazzi did basically aced that gimmick, to be honest. Okay, now we've seen the arms. Now let's look at the whatchamacallit, the skirt area. The skirt. This one they actually tell you to cut off the middle section to make the front skirt. So that's that. So they have a very good free range of movement. Okay, give me a moment. And then we have the side skirts. A little bit of movement here, and technically the beam sabers should be going in here, but this one does not have that gimmick at all. So there's no place to actually store the beam saber gimmicks. Okay, you know what? Let me go through this first. The back skirt does move a little bit as far as I can tell, but it's gonna fall off right away. So you don't want to move it too much. The legs, they have a side swivel going on. They can go forward to 90 degrees, and then have a decent amount of bend. Not as much as you think, but I guess that's because of the transformation and due to some design parts. And yeah, as you can see the knee bends a little bit, weirdly. And the feet, ball jointed feet, and you can fold the feet like that. Nothing too special going on, and the wing fell off. Yeah, another. I wouldn't say this is a problem for every kit, but this is what I'm kind of going through with. You have these parts that connect the wings, and they seem to be very, very loose, only on one side. So that's that. And before I go into the wings, I would like to mention, I believe this is also present in the whatchamacallit. This is also present in the original on the normal HGUC Z Gundam Revive, but is blocked by the wings. But what you can do is that, come on, there we go. You can attach, you can pull off this peg right over here on the beam rifle, and then attach the beam rifle to that section right over there. Now, usually the beam rifle would be going onto the wings and such, but yeah, I guess this is also a good gimmick if you ask me. So that's another interesting gimmick that I personally found. Yeah, so the back skirt does move like this. So don't try to move in the middle, only the actual back skirts. Now, before I get into the transformation, I would like to explain what I did to the wings. Now, these red sections here are supposed to be stickers. All those red has to be sticker. The front, the side, the back, the wings, everything. That has to be stickers, except for this part right over here. This is a separate piece. What I did was that the part I had to color red is that since it's black, I couldn't just apply a red Gundam marker, to be honest. So what I did is that I applied a white Gundam marker first, let it dry, and then applied the red Gundam marker on top. So it did work pretty well, but I still need to do one more coating to make sure I don't have that blurry, water effect, whatchamacallit. But yeah. The wings, they're pretty okay. I mean, they're decent design, and they move a good amount like that. Although the angle is kind of awkward, but the way this works is that you attach right over here again, and there we go on the side. And if you want to do so, you can do it. You can move them or open them up like this to the side with the wings open. Now, for the transformation, I'll be right back because I don't think I want to show the entire parts forming process of the kit on video. So I'll be right back. Sorry for this, but before I actually do the transformation, I should at least mention how the weapons attach to the main hands. Once again, I did mention that you don't get any trigger fingers or different type of hands. So these are one of those things that you just need to slide in, which is does have some pros and cons to some people. The beam saber does slide in pretty well. Once again, no, you can't store that anywhere. And it holds it pretty well. Nothing special going on with the beam saber. The beam rifle, once again, also holds it pretty well, pretty nicely, like that. Once again, another sticker that's used on the scope and on below here as well. Up to this point, it holds its weapon pretty well, except for the arms being stiff. You might need to, jiggle it around a little bit. So it holds it pretty well. So nothing too special going on here. And problem is for me is the Mega Launcher, because this thing cannot hold this one hand. If you try to hold it with one hand, the hands will pop out. So what you need to do is you have to make it hold it with both hands. I'm not going to demonstrate that here, but I'm just going to mention that you have to make it look like it's holding it with both arms and such, in this sort of fashion, because this thing's just too big that it cannot go below the armpit, so you have to be lying on the shoulder, in this fashion. Like here, you have to make it look like it's holding in two arms. So I mean, if you technically work your way through, you can make it you can make it look like it's holding it with one hand, but it's not gonna be too stable, if you ask me. And you can see the arm is slightly dropping by. Okay, so that's basically it, and I will now get to the transformation for review. Okay, I'm back, and here is its fully transformed version with everything attached to it. As you can see, the landing gear goes not onto the kit itself, but onto the mega launcher here onto the you know the lower side and on each side, so it has that effect going on. Um, and yeah, with a short glimpse, it may look like just the typical normal Zeta Gundam transformation, but you can see with those extra different looking wings, you can definitely see that it has a very different vibe going on to the kit itself. Um, Once again, this is being a parts form, which means we had to take off a lot of parts from the kit, and just those who are wondering, this is the leftover parts. We had to take off the chest, we had to take off the back, we had to take off the front skirts, and technically, as you remember at the beginning, we had another extra piece of this, so we don't really need this piece, but front skirt, back skirt, side skirt, wings, back armor, front armor, legs, arms, everything had to go off. And those who are wondering, yes, this thing sort of does have, I guess, a somewhat of a inner frame. A nice, interesting detail if you ask me. But yeah, I can tell why people don't like this method. But as for the sake of the kit stability, I prefer this method way better than what they did with the real grades. To be honest, when I mean real grades, I mean the real grades Zeta Gundam. Sorry for mentioning that at time to time, but here it's Wave Rider mode. There's not much you can do. The beam rifles, attaches to the hole that's onto the back. How should I say, the antenna thing or tail thing right over here? But I guess if you work your way through, you can attach the back skirt, and if you have two of these beam rifles, you can have two of them attaching at once. So that's a very good effect, if you ask me. Once again, there's not much going on. Anything that transforms, and once you transform it into its Wave Rider mode, there's not much you can do. I mean, you can move the wings if you want to do so, but that's pretty much it. There's not much you can actually do here. Um, so yeah, that's basically it for the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive HGUC Z Gundam Wave Shooter. Once again, I'm not going to recommend this for everybody. These are one of those kits that's really meant for hardcore Zeta Gundam fans. And if you are one, I guess this would go. I can recommend this, but however, the HGUC Zeta Gundam, I wouldn't recommend itself to, especially for beginners, because of the crazy amount of stickers that's required for the wings. So yeah, I mean, you can technically color them, but my method was not the best method, I'll be honest. So if you want to, like, I don't know, practice painting, this would be a good chance, I believe. But yeah, you have to work your way through with the wings if you don't like the stickers of the original kit as well. Anyways, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive HGUC Z Gundam Wave Shooter. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong or missing, leave a comment below as well. I still have more kits to buy and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.